What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be looking at the newest Fortnite update that was just released today. This is a smaller update, so this is going to be a shorter video, but if you guys do find this video helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and my Twitch will be linked down in the description below if you want to watch me live and talk about Fortnite or ask any questions about this game. So today's update added 3 things: 2 types of weather, and the flare gun was unvaulted. If you guys do not know what the flare gun is, it is a projectile weapon that you shoot. It does damage upon impact, and then it also ignites surrounding structures on fire. So think of it like a firefly jar, but something you shoot and it deals damage as it hits a target. So this is a somewhat irrelevant weapon. I don't think it's going to be the biggest deal, and I don't think it's really going to be something that players end up using. And it is currently not in competitive. In these patch notes, I actually said that the shield keg and the flare gun aren't currently in competitive, but after an evaluation period, they may be added to competitive in the future. So this is overall a good change, as it can be a fun item for people to use in pubs. And the fact that they are continuing to keep the competitive and public match loot pools separate is a good change in my opinion, because they don't really intertwine well at times. There's a lot of times where like the pub weapons don't necessarily work in competitive, and the competitive loot pool isn't as fun for the more casual players. So overall, I think separating the loot pools and keeping some items out of competitive allows them to make more items that are more fun in pubs without really ruining the balance of the game. The next 2 things that were added in this update are types of weather. We got tornadoes and lightning strikes, and these actually have some interesting effects. The tornadoes allow you to fly through them, essentially like how the slipstreams were in the past, or how the island was in the past. You can go up and fly around the tornado and then fly out and use it for like a form of mobility. So that's pretty interesting. And from now until the 17th, tornadoes are going to be spawning more frequently on the map just because they were added. So they're going to be spawning a lot of tornadoes right now so that people can learn the mechanic and like experience the new addition. But later on down the line, tornadoes aren't going to be spawning this much, and that time period is from now until January 17th, which is actually next Monday, and that's going to be the day before the next major update. So after the next major update comes out and we get tilted, there's going to be less tornadoes spawning around the map. So I think the tornadoes seem like a good addition to the game. Probably can definitely get annoying if this happens, if one like spawns while you're in a build fight or interrupts your fight in some way, or just when players use it to run from you, it can get annoying. But if you're on edge of zone or in a spot where you need to get somewhere, the tornado can actually be really helpful, and I think this could actually be a good addition to the game, and I'm interested to see how this ends up working out. The next piece of weather is going to be the lightning strikes. There are going to be storm clouds that occur, and then lightning comes from those clouds essentially. What the lightning will do is it'll deal a small damage to you if you're hit by it. It will light surrounding structures on fire, and if you are hit by lightning, it will actually give you a speed boost, similar to how we have like the chili effect or the chili splashes effect. You will go faster after being struck by lightning, so there is somewhat of an advantage to being struck by lightning. This is an interesting mechanic somewhat. You take a little bit of damage up front, but you're going to be moving much faster. So this could be good in instances where you want to run from the storm, or you're trying to run from somebody, or any instance where you want to move fast. You might want to actually end up getting hit by lightning. And one of the ways that you can increase your odds of getting hit by lightning is to go into nearby water when lightning storms are occurring. So pretty interesting the way they managed to make weather work in the game and have downsides and positives. I thought it was going to be mainly negatives, and I wasn't really looking forward to this update because, you know, I just kind of want to play the game, you know, and I'm not a huge fan of these like cheesy gimmicky additions, but I think they managed to make the weather work in a way where there's going to be times where you want to interact with it, and there's obviously going to be times where it griefs you, but the fact that it's not always just griefing you, I think is overall a good thing, that there are some positives to the weather and some like strategies where you may want to end up using the weather to your advantage, because that's one of the things that makes Fortnite really good, I think, and a lot better than many other games, is that there's just so many unique ways to play this game and unique items that really change how the game is played, and weather ends up being one of those as well. There's going to be times where you want to use weather to your advantage. And while we're on the weather, the lightning strikes and the tornadoes are also not in competitive. So like I said before in this video, it's nice that they're keeping the 2 game modes separate. I think some people might not be a huge fan of that, but I think overall it's better for the health of the game, because the competitive community and the casual community want very different things. So making arena its own separate thing to accommodate that, I think, is a lot better than just ruining one game mode for either party. If they make pubs too competitive, the casual players wouldn't be happy, and if they make competitive too casual, then the competitive players wouldn't be too happy. And I think what we have right now is a nice middle ground. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you excited for this weather update? Are you excited for the flare gun? Obviously, this wasn't the biggest update, but we are getting a huge content update next week on the 18th, next Tuesday, which is going to release Tilted. It's going to have an IO cave POI with the mythic submachine gun. I have another video on that I posted a few days ago that will be linked down in the description below if you want to check that out. And like I said earlier, my Twitch is also linked in the description below if you want to follow me on there and just ask any questions about Fortnite. Thanks for watching.